Knee internal rotation, pails and rails, and what we're trying to do here is train the ability of your knee to do that, right? We're trying to get more internal rotation of the knee joint. So I hope you can see my knee rotating back and forth here. What we're going to do is set up in as deep of a knee flexion position as you can. That's the goal of this position, is I'm trying to get as far into knee flexion as I can. That can be modified based off of your pain level. So if you have a lot of pain, hey, we're going to set up with our foot closer away from our body or farther away from our body. If I can get deeper into here and perform it that way, even better. Okay. The way we set it up, and let's say I'm doing it with my right knee here, I'm going to have my foot out in front of me. I'm going to sit down. Doesn't really matter what my other leg is doing. I'm just going to be here as best I can. I'm going to take my first things first. I'm taking my foot up towards the shin to make sure the rotation is coming from the knee joint. I'm then going to take my left hand and go across my foot and bring it over to take my knee into internal rotation. And you got to be careful here because you don't want the ankle to come over here. Like there's some ankle pails and rails that allow you to do that a lot, like to get the outside of the ankle. Don't do that. Try to stay away from it. Try to make sure that you're rotating through that heel back and forth so that as I'm pulling down and in here as best I can, I'm taking my knee into internal rotation. I'm then going to take my right hand, bring it underneath my shin, and then find the stretch right there. And honestly, this is a little bit tougher to find. Like I expect this to not be as easy to find as external rotations. You might play around with it a little bit. From here, once I find that stretch, and if you need some help finding it, usually like doing the pails helps. So actually try and do the pails contraction, driving heel inward can help with that, getting the stretch part of that knee. In addition, actually trying to push the knee out slightly can help. So I can get a little more stretch there. Once we do the actual stretch, 2 minutes, we're going to go pails and rails. So pails going inward right here. Heel is trying to drive against this left hand. So that's very key. I don't want my hand to be up here because then when I rotate, my heel can easily rotate there. I want to rotate my heel against my left hand there for my pails. And then for my rails, it's the exact opposite. I'm trying to drive the heel out to the right. Again, using all knee stuff here to make that motion happen. Trying to keep the toes up towards the shin as best I can so that the ankle does not compensate for what the knee should be able to do. Again, not the easiest position, but really work on trying to target that inner part of the knee joint.